Hello everyone, I'm Vikramaditya and welcome to Jade SOFTECH. In this session, we're going to discuss about the most common mistakes in SAP learning as well as finding an SAP. This is one of the most important concepts that every one of us must be knowing it. And if anyone is already working in SAP or maybe want to get into SAP, and if someone is losing their interest in SAP, please do show them this video. That's very important for them. It's a life-changing video. Now let's move on. Now we'll start off with basic uh, uh, issues that we might come across, like the lack of clear learning goals. The lack of clear learning goals leads to disinterest or losing interest in getting into SAP jobs, or even after getting into SAP career just want to quit the SAP career. So that all happens because of the lack of clear goals. So we're going to talk more detailed about that, and we have the overlooking practical experiences. Basically we take it for granted that if I know the concepts well, like that would do. No, we have to have the practical hands-on sessions as well. We need to practice it on we ourselves have to practice it. So that's something which we're going to discuss. And then we have the underestimating the community resources. Now once we complete these three concepts of very basic level, we're going to discuss five more mistakes, deadly mistakes that we are going to make unknowingly or unknowingly in the SAP career. So once you know this, you will never make that mistakes. So watch till the end, guys, and it's going to be a life-changing video. I can bet. Okay, so lack of clear goals. What would happen if we have the lack of clear goals? We lose interest, right? So how do we do it? How do we overcome that? The importance of setting objectives is what we are going to discuss now. So defining short term goals and long term goals is very important. So short term goals in the sense, like you have to complete a particular task or an exercise or a project on this day, today, by end of the day. So that's something which we have. It is short term goal, and long term goal is like within a 1 month I need to complete this particular upgradation or the course that we have, or the training, or the learning process that you have. So that's very important. So short term and long term goals is important. Aligning goals with career aspirations is extremely important. Aligning learning objectives with the career aspirations ensures that efforts are purposeful, and this alignment fosters motivation and clarifies the path towards achieving professional milestones. So aligning goals with the career applications in the sense, like if you are into technical background, then you have to go for the coding part, probably SAP ABAP. And if you're from the finance background, you have to probably go to S4 HANA Finance. That's what will complement you. And if you're already working on SAP S4 HANA Finance, it would be better if you go for learning something which is treasury management, or something which will complement your existing skills. And I strongly recommend every one of you to also have a basic understanding, or a learning concept of technical. So even though you are in functional, you're doing a particular module, no matter how many functional modules you learn, you always are being referred to as a functional consultant. But once you learn technical, you become a techno functional. The same thing refers to the technical guys also. So if you're into technical, I would strongly recommend you to learn at least one functional module, so that you become a techno functional, and that's what is the need of the heart. Now, coming to the regular assessments of progress, how do we keep up with the goal? So when you have a goal, make sure that you have the techniques for measuring knowledge gaps. That creates an interest. Take a short term goals and have an assessments of your own learning that you have, and maybe you can ask someone to assess you, or quizzes and peer reviews can help identify knowledge gaps. So this critical evaluation can guide further learning efforts. Adjusting goals based on progress. So regularly adjusting goals based on assessed progress allows learners to stay flexible and responsive to their evolving needs. So this strategy enhances engagement and supports continuous improvement. So for example, let's say you have been you have a goal to complete particular module, and if you are into SAP ABAP and you have started learning CAP, cloud application programming, and then you realize that we have to have a Java background for that. Now you have to realign your goal to RAP, RESTful application program, so that you can be successful and it is aligned to your existing career. So adjusting goals sometimes becomes very important. Now we have got this overlooking the practical experience. What exactly practical experience will do is it will give you a lot of confidence. The hands-on sessions will give you the confidence, not just to attend the interviews or clear the interviews, but also to work in the projects. So whenever we learn a new concept, I strongly suggest you to go ahead with the hands-on exercises. So whenever I take up a training, I conduct a training, I make sure that all my participants do the hands-on, sometimes along with me or immediately after the session, looking at the recordings of the live sessions that we had. And I always suggest them to do it on a very same day, and if it's not possible, at least the week's concepts have to be practiced in the same week. That would actually make sure that we get to with a fresh mind, we start with another topic in the coming week, and it would be more interesting if you do the hands on. Otherwise we might lose our interest during the process. Now when we do the hands-on sessions and hands-on practice, we embrace the trial and error concept. We innovate new things, we discover new things, and we kind of try to become a problem solver, which actually is the attitude which is very much needed for anyone who is working in the SAP projects, or not just SAP projects but any projects that we are doing. And documenting and analyzing the errors that we have already done is something which we need to go ahead and make it happen. So we need to make a documentation so that that would be helpful for us to remember our solutions in the long term. Now, underestimating the community resources. So what happens here is it's very important that we learn it from a mentor. Anything that you learn, if you learn from mentor, save a lot of time and lot of effort as well. But having said that, once let's assume that you have completed your course and then you are looking for a job, it's very important that for us to have a community resource. So no, we need to understand how the community resources will help us for, let's say we have a documentation, so we have various ways. So joining the SAP learning communities, like we have a lot of groups, online groups in SAP, sdn.sap.com, and we have a lot of things. You can explore them and join them and ask questions, uh, read the questions and answers which are already been discussed in the past. And you'll have a lot of material which is available for free. You can download them and learn it. And you have help.sap.com where you can learn it. So we have a lot of things online which can help you to gain additional knowledge. Please remember that if you're learning anything from the scratch, always learn it from the mentor. That's the easiest and the best way to do it. It will save a lot of energy and mind as well, and time as well, sorry. But if you are already equipped or already have a skill set in which you have good experience, I would suggest you to upgrade it with online information or webinars, or maybe workshops, or maybe the PDF documents that we already have in the online. So utilizing expert mentorship, like let's say if you already have a mentor who have trained you, it becomes far more easier to solve the issues because they already might have gone through that in their in their career. And providing tailored advice is very easy for them. Industry insights can be acquired by them, and support throughout our learning journey will be helpful when we have a mentor. So benefits of peer learning is like engaging in peer learning fosters collaborations, encourages the sharing of different perspectives, and cultivates a support environment that enhances everyone's understanding of complex topics. Okay, so now, as I said you, here are the 5 most important mistakes that we do, which we need to avoid at any cost. Now that we have seen the first 3, here are the next 5. Are you making these mistakes? So these mistakes can ruin your SAP career, or we can say anyone's SAP career. And stay till the end. Mistake 5 is a career changer. Now, mistake one, learning modules in isolation. Learning a particular module in SAP like material management, or SD, sales and distribution, without knowing how they connect is something which is like, learning a module in isolation. So what we are supposed to do is understand cross module flows like and FI integration, SD and PP integration, and if possible how the backend technical stuff is working is even more appreciable. Now, mistake two is ignoring real time scenarios. Only watching theory videos or only listening to the training and then learning through the books and not practicing on the system would lead us to a kind of a cornering us, and we don't get the confidence to move on to uh, bigger projects or more challenging projects. So the solution for this is to practice hands on. If you learn about creation of sales order, you have to create a sales order on the system and see how it works, like MRP runs, or debug it and understand those concepts. Mistake three is memorizing transaction codes. As we all know, we have long back moved to S4 HANA, and even now, a lot of people they tend to mug up the T codes. That's a good way of doing it to quickly do the work, but the most important thing that we have to focus on is to understand the business process and logic behind it. So if you understand the flow, if you understand the core concepts of it, it will be more easier to navigate, and navigation can be done even through transaction codes, or we can navigate from the SAP easy access screen as well. But we knowing the process is extremely important. Mistake 4 is no functional team communication. So if you are into technical team and you're not discussing or communicating with functional team, or maybe you are into functional team but not communicating with technical team, is a huge major mistake that we need to avoid in the projects. So what we need to do is we need to communicate for effective collaboration in the project. The mistake 5 that we do in this projects is like waiting to specialize, like trying too many modules too long. So that's something which will actually dilute our entire effort. So what we are supposed to do or expect to do is pick one module like ABAP, FICO or and go deep into it. Like, so let's say if you are learning an ABAP, you can go ahead and learn the BTP ABAP, RESTful application programming ABAP cloud and stuff like that. FICO, you can learn FICO, you can go more specialization into the treasury management, or the taxation, or GST, whatever it might be, and we can have a specialization over it. So in that way, if you have a specialization, we always have a edge on it. And the bonus tip is, because you have stayed up to the last, learn SAP Fiori, BTP, Signavio and AI tools. This will make your career onto the top. So stay ahead, or stay relevant, and stay relevant. Thank you so much to watch this video till the end, and I'm going to come back with more interesting such videos. And if you like it, do click on the like button, and do follow us and share this with your friends. Comment how did you like this, how did you feel about this video. Thank you, have a great day, bye.